Hello, hello, friends, fans, and lovers. I'm Mr. Joshua, back with you again on ConsciousCubed. Today, we're going to be talking about problems and questions people have about the world and just their lives. If you have any, feel free to let us know. We would love to talk about them. And hey, who knows, we might even be able to help.
Hi, so I have a question. How do you figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life?
Life is a number of things, most of which is complicated and full of lots and lots of little tiny moments. And while certain parts of life might have little shortcuts and good ideas on how to improve certain small situations, life as a whole does not have any shortcuts. This is not chutes and ladders, though I imagine there are a lot of chutes in life. There are very few ladders, and there's very little in life that you can cut through or jump past without some kind of repercussion. So I'm sorry by first having to express there is no immediate shortcut, especially to finding out what you want to do with your life. I suppose the good news is that you have your entire life to figure out what it is you want to do. The bad news is the longer you take, the less of it you have left to do that thing, and, well, I guess the whole idea is you want to do it, so I understand one's idea of figuring it out as soon as possible. The best advice I can give you is to try new things. It's probably the scariest thing you'll do, is try new things, especially the things you have no idea about. And don't try everything. That's dangerous. Try new things, not the bad ones. There are some that should inherently seem like a bad idea, like murder. You don't need to figure that one out, and if that's the answer, that's not good. I'd say talk to people, but there's probably more that needs to be done. The point is you need to experience more in your life. This is the thing you'll supposedly want to do with the rest of your life. You're gonna know what it is when you figure it out. I mean, when you try it, you'll know. That's how it works. And it might change over time. Life and people in it are always kind of in flux, but you'll know what you like. That's the point of life. If you didn't, then we'd have a whole new problem, and that would be figuring out what you enjoy. That's far more complicated than figuring out what you like if you hopefully already do. So now, we have a new issue. You have just turned into Edison. Congratulations on your accomplishments. What you need to do is figure out how to make the light bulb being your life and what you want to do in it. To figure that out, well, you'll have to start from the beginning. The beginning being, congratulations, you were a child and you did things. You found out what you did and didn't like. But more importantly, you found out what did and didn't work. The things that didn't work, well, those now join the pile of other, not failures, but simply not successes, that make up what you don't want to do. You can look at life as going, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. But that's not going to accomplish very much. It's much better to realize you have a pile of things, which is, this is the pile of things I don't want to do. And then you slowly put together a pile of things you do. For me, it's making videos wearing hats and ties. For other people, it can be all sorts of things. I don't know, maybe you want to be an Olympic skydiver. What do you mean skydiving is not an Olympic sport? We need to fix that. The hardest part for you is going to be realizing that this isn't a small answer. And you'll probably have a lot of them over your life. I already have had a bunch, and I'm not very old at all. And as things change, well, everything in relation to your life does. There's a reason why we fluctuate. We're people. We're always going to change. If you don't, then you're just going to be unhappy. Change is accepted, or at least known, should be accepted, because it's a large part of your life, and it always will be. So change in your life and realize what you do and don't want to do in relation to the present. It's much harder to figure out what you want to do with your whole life. It's much easier to figure out what you want to do now. Just make sure the things you want to do are sometimes long-term goals. I want to be a YouTuber, so congratulations, that's a long-term goal. I also want to play Skyrim. It's a much easier goal to attain. So we'll do that for a little while, but, you know, it's all about the balancing of the things you want to do that are big and small. I don't think it's impossible for anybody to find out what they want to do. That should just be a thought process. The hard part is figuring out how to make those things happen. So for now, experiment if you don't know what you want to do, and if you do, well, now you've got the real challenge now, don't you? I've been Mr. Joshua, and these are merely my opinions, but I do hope they can help some of you out.